Writing is one of the most important inventions of human history. Since his first moment of life, the human being has always tried to defeat loneliness and vulnerability of existence and of civilization. We passed on our culture not only thanks to the oral language, but also thanks to written words, and somehow we gain a sort of immortality. The invention of writing had been preceded by the so-called proto-writing, or symbolism. Some examples of this graphic system date back to the Paleolithic, more or less 40,000 years ago. There were paintings on caves that encouraged the hunting, and nicks on pebbles and bones that counted the days, weeks, and months. The first writing system, the cuneiform writing, was invented in Mesopotamia, 3rd millennium before Christ. The most ancient evidence of the cuneiform system had been discovered in Uruk, in the current Iraq. The name of cuneiform is due to these typical lines. In fact, it was used a wedge-shaped stylus that create this strange form on clay. The tablets that had been found contained economic and commercial scriptures, because those was the most important part of Mesopotamian culture. In Egypt, almost at the same time, the hieroglyphs were invented, the most complex writing system ever created. The word hieroglyph means sacred engraved letters in Greek, because the first examples were found on the walls of Egyptian religious temples and monuments. The hieroglyphs were some kind of drawings that represented a concept or an idea. Studying ancient writings is important to understand the culture of a population. This is why the deciphering of any graphic system is a key passage. So, the deciphering of the Rosetta Stone was fundamental. This granodiorite stele was found in 1799 during the French campaign in Egypt. Jean-François Champollion was the decipherer and the founder of modern studies on Egypt culture. He understood that there was the same text on the stele, but the upper part was in ancient Egyptian hieroglyphs, the middle portion in Demotic, and the lower part in Greek. He combined each word with a hieroglyph, and he changed forever the studying of ancient writings. He showed that hieroglyphs also represented a sound. Another important moment in writing development was the transformation of the book. Originally, clay tablets and papyrus were used, but with culture development, the writing material had changed. During the Roman Empire, for example, the scroll was the dominant form of book. It was a long rolled papyrus strip of 2 meters, where the text was divided in columns, and each line had 36 letters. The scroll was replaced by the Codex book at the end of the 3rd millennium before Christ. It was composed of leaves bound along one edge, held between 2 robust covers. It had lots of benefits, such as practicality. Historically, the development of writing and reading was seesawing. In the ancient world, reading and writing had a fundamental role in education, and culture was considered a milestone of society. The Middle Ages was the darkest moment because studying was possible only inside religious buildings. This led to an abrupt reduction of literacy. During the 12th millennium, a new era started, and in Europe, culture came back to people, and cities turned into cultural centers. Thanks to the increase of books requests and technological evolution, in the 15th century the manuscript was replaced by the printed book. Johannes Gutenberg was a German blacksmith that invented the movable type system of printing. He understood that it was possible to create a metal character for each letter, and then to combine them to print them on paper. Between 1452 and 1455, he created the first molds and printed the first Latin Bible in Gothic character. Nowadays, our way of writing and reading has totally changed. With the digital era, writing has lost its direct link with paper. When we have started to visualize writing on a screen, we have given the impetus to the digital era. For millennium, we have trusted our intellectual abilities to safeguard our knowledge, and now it is all entrusted to electrical impulses. One of the main advantages of technological development is that communication runs at the speed of thought. We have lots of ways to write, to read, and to contact people, from the social networks to the instant messages. Today, we have no excuses to be late. After millenniums, we can totally agree that writing has the power to touch everyone all over the world, both if we are using internet or we are writing with a pen.